and a comfortable seat. Cross-legged, Sukhasana, and some days a chair is just the better avenue for this. So last week we talked about Prana Mudra and Udana Mudra. So we have the 5 winds in our bodies. The incoming, we have a spreading, we also have a consolidating, which is really good for digestion. And then today we'll talk about Apana and Udana. Apana is down and Udana is up. So to help us ground, the Apana is your thumb to the middle and the ring finger. Middle and ring finger. And this was also the one, Agnes, I shared with you for your daughter for labor. So this is the reason you do not want to use this, recommend this to somebody who is in the first 6, 7, 8 months of pregnancy, because it is a downward movement. It is good if there is constipation or we're also trying to say scant menstrual flow. So I'm thinking you like me are like, well, I don't really worry about that anymore. But so a lot of these things are in sort of, if we know this is a downward moving energy, then we think of the things we want to move downward. With grounding, so if we're feeling anxious, it helps us ground. So beginning just to settle into your body, settling into your breath, settling into the experience right here, right now. The diaphragmatic breathing is another grounding energy. So that is the element of the earth that governs this. And so when we practice with mudras, they're great for meditation because they don't require anything other than doing it. But we can also do it. We're watching TV, before we go to sleep, just placing our hands in this matter. If it doesn't feel good, if it doesn't feel right, trust your body and just let it go. So grounding before we start the practice of lifting up can be tremendously beneficial. And we'll use this mudra to purge. So we'll start with lion's pose. And we will ignore the leg positions today. We'll do it in Sukhasana. The lion's pose, Samhasana, is the throat chakra. So when we are working upward, lifting the heart center, lifting the ribs off of the hips, of the pelvis. And Samhasana is the roar. So it is sticking the tongue out, opening the eyes wide, and then cross-eyed up towards your third eye. And it looks like this. So let's do it together. Let's take a deep breath in. Closing the eyes as you breathe in and out. And then we'll repeat. Deep breath in. Breathing in and out. And one more time. So that got rid of some stuff. Words get stuck. Our truth, we can't always express it. Affecting this chakra, Vishuddha, our throat chakra, which also governs our jaw, our ears, the thyroid gland, the thymus gland. We'll relax the hands, stretching them, breathing in and out. And then we will incorporate Udana Mudra, which is the thumb to the index finger, middle finger, and ring finger. The pinky is not involved. So we have the 5 elements in our bodies, and each chakra is governed by an element, except the third eye and the crown chakra. They are beyond the elements. The throat chakra is ether or space. And because each finger governs one of the elements, how we place our hands affects these energies in our bodies. And so in Udana, we'll practice Brahmari breathing, sometimes called Brahmari. It is the bumblebee breath. And it is simply humming. And what is really cool about the practice of humming, same as for the practice of chanting Om, is that when we breathe in this manner, it affects our body positively in a whole slew of ways. One of the ways that are being studied currently is the nitric oxide production, for lack of a better word, that happens in our nostrils, in our sinus cavities, which helps relax tension around the chest, so the lungs and the heart, and it opens the bronchi, and they're actually starting right now for COVID to facilitate breathing. So they know hummers are healthier than non-hummers. So you don't have to chant Brahmari. You can just hum anything, they say. But for our practice today, we will do Brahmari, and we'll start with 6, and it sounds just like this: silent in breath, and on the out breath. So you're not looking to hit a certain pitch. You're not worried about it all what it sounds like. You just let the sound travel up and out. I invite you to join me for 6 rounds. And sitting. And just notice, sense that vibration. Your whole body begins to hum. Relax the hands. Open the eyes. You can repeat this, not just 6, but you can do it 12 times, 18 times. Just keep adding increments as long as it feels comfortable. If it begins to feel strained or uncomfortable, stop. It's that easy. But it's like giving every system just a little tune-up. We're going to come onto our back body and get ready for the morning sequence. And we'll start by taking the arms up overhead and do a full body stretch. Passive in-breath and exhale, stretch. So for the scoliosis, reach a little bit more out through the side that is concave. Relax, we're going to do it one more time. And then relax your arms wherever it is comfortable. Draw the legs together. We have a unileg. And we will do the ankle pumps. So breath in, and as you exhale, pump, 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 pump. Pause, deep in breath. And pump, pump, pump. Let the head bubble on. One more time. Pump, pump, pump. And then pausing after this. So this helps stoke the apana energy in the body, the downward energy. Tending to all, we'll draw the feet, we'll keep them together, and we'll do the ankle circles. Again, on the out breath. Circling the ankles, keeping the knees straight. Pausing as you breathe in, and then go in the other direction. Switch directions. You'll do it 3 times on each side. And after you complete the last one, pausing again, let everything relax. The ability to relax as important as the ability to contract. It's 2 sides of the same coin. And we'll draw the arms back overhead, and if there's a shoulder thingy, having them out to the side may just feel better. We'll do single knees to chest. Exhale, hug the right knee in, chin to chest. Inhale, full body stretch. Exhale, left side. 3 times on each side. Double knee lifts. And remember, if today is a back day, that may be lifting from bent knees so that there's no strain, no irritation. After the third one, draw the knees in again, but release the head down. And rock from side to side. And then let's do some knee circles. Clockwise and counterclockwise. And then we'll release the legs down. Straight leg twist. Catch your right Achilles tendon between the left big toe and second toe, and the left hand on top of the right shoulder. Take a breath in and exhale, twisting to the left. Inhaling back to center. Switch. If it feels okay in the neck, let your nose travel opposite of your knees for a full spinal rotation. So there is a pressure point right at the neck of the big toe that corresponds to our physical neck. So the wedging down, spreading the big toe away from the second toe, promotes release of our actual neck. I think that's so cool. 3 times on each side. And then we continue with the bent knee twist. Drawing across. Switch. I get asked frequently, can I just do 3 on one side and then 3 on the other? It would be so much more efficient. Yoga is efficient in a different way, and the switching is actually part of the movement. It facilitates the left and the right brain half communication across the corpus callosum. And if we just stayed on one side, we wouldn't get this little event of cross patterning. And as you come back to center, I think we're ready for our hamstring stretch. So let's catch the strap. And make a little loop. And take the loop around your right foot. And that just, it's a little gentle on the hands. Now I can relax my arms and shoulders completely without getting grippy. As you take the leg to the sky, now tip the hips forward a little bit. And then so the foot is slightly further forward. Ground your left leg fully. Really get it anchored. And then from here, moving the pelvis so that you're neutral on the sacrum. And stay at 90 degrees. 90 degrees. Beyond 90 degrees, and you are my 2 spaghetti ladies. So beyond 90 degrees, we can overstretch. So instead, hug your thigh bone into the socket. Feel muscle engaging. That promotes bone growth around the hip joint. Soften a little bit as you exhale. And again, hug the thigh bone deep into the hip socket. Keep your left leg firm, but not rigid. Let's do one more breath. Ground. And we'll take the left leg up. Sneak it under the strap and release the right leg out. Again, let your left leg come a little closer to the ground so you can get the right leg really firm on the mat. Reaching out through the right heel and toe mounts. And then tilt the pelvis back if it was arched without lifting the right leg up, keeping that well grounded. And the work begins again. Exhale, draw the left thigh bone into the socket. And relax. And repeat. Exhaling. So just letting the weight of the hands be a gentle invitation to draw the hip in, but it's under muscular activity. And third breath. And we'll take the right up again. Lower the left leg down. Again, tilt the hip forward, getting the left leg well grounded. You feel the calf, you feel the thigh-ish. Can you get the back of the thigh onto the mat? And then from here, without lifting that, draw the pelvis into neutral. Both strap into the left hand. And then the right hand to the outer right hip. Just a reminder to draw the outer hip down. And we'll take the leg across the center line. Keep drawing the outer hip down. Especially, again, if this is the concave side for lumbar scoliosis. Inviting length, both through the side, but also the outer hip. And we'll inhale up to center. Switch the straps into the right hand, left hand goes out to the side. Let's take a deep breath in. And exhale, we'll take the foot all the way up. Keep drawing the hip into the socket. So thigh bone into the socket. And your left leg, it is firm, very firm. Let's take one more breath. And inhale all the way up. We'll do another mid-air swap. Taking the strap into the right hand, left hand, a palm or thumb. Hold it on your outer hip and draw the hip towards your right foot. And we'll take the leg just across the center line. And breathe. So the iliotibia band, the IT band, crosses the hip joint and the knee joint. And inhale up to center. Switch hands on the strap. Ground the right leg. It's firm, it's on the job. Right arm either up to the side or on top of your right thigh, just to keep it in check. Whatever seems to be most helpful. Hug your left thigh bone into the socket, So all these muscles support stability and bone growth, osteocytes and flights and fights. There are a bunch of things that has to go on for healthy bone growth. And inhale, let's take the leg up to center. Let's take the right leg and up under the strap again. So now both feet are up. So right now we're in Dandasana. We call this Supta Dandasana. So pressing up through the heels, but pulling down with the hands, pulling down with the hands, and feel the muscles of the back engaging. Feel how the lower abdomen may be helping out, drawing in and up. Now let go of the hands, take the arms overhead. Arms overhead. So heels are straight up. You're in downward facing dog, well, upward facing, downward facing dog. With the abdomen drawing towards the spine. Shoulder blades wide. And we'll bend the knees, hug everything in, and full body stretch. Elongate. Let's take the arms down, bend the knees, we'll move the straps. We'll roll over onto one side, and let's come into tabletop. We'll just have a little hello dog. So let's tuck the toes under. Protract the shoulders. So remember from last week, spreading the shoulder blades, sense of hollowing out the armpits here. And from here, we'll lift up into a little dog. The little itty bitty dog. Let the hip go high and the head, just give it a nod and a roll. Letting it hang. Letting it hang. And let's pedal the feet up. That will get the calves a little bit more length. Downward facing dog is just such a good multivitamin for the body. Hug the shoulders in. Begin to let the pose become quiet. Breathing in and out. In and out. And let's look up on the in-breath. And we'll walk or step the feet to the hands, hands to the feet. Looking up, hands to the hips, and spike the heels down as you come all the way up. Boom. And we are standing. And I think we're ready for our, I think, superb pec minor release. So let's lengthen the loop out on the strap. And make it about leg length from the greater trochanter again, that's that bony bump on the outer hip, to the floor. And we'll step into the strap from the back. So I can feel I got mine made a little long. If the knees are straight as you step into the strap, you ain't gonna get nothing out of it. My feet are together. And now as I exhale, I'm gonna spike my heels down again and straighten the knees, drawing the arms down. So stepping into it from the back, yes. And then so here, as you ground through the heels, lengthen up through the front spine, all the way up through the crown of the head. Letting the strap teach the body Tadasana, mountain pose. And then let go of the strap. Boop, and stand in mountain pose. Maintain the actions. Breathing. And we're ready for some salutations. So, blocks or a chair. So what the chair promotes is less on the shoulders, and we can sometimes easier remain the length of the thoracic spine. Either's right, neither's wrong. Standing again in that mountain pose you just cultivated. Grounding firmly through the heels. And as you spike the heels down, notice how the quads engage, and how Mula Bandha and Udana Mudra, the pelvic floor and the lower abdomen, has kind of joined in the game. Let's inhale, draw the arms out and up, big sun. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half forward fold, looking up. And exhale, let's take the right leg back. And knee down. So if you would like to place a blanket here under your knee, if it's saying, not liking, we'll await. Inhale, lift the heart. And exhale, downward facing dog, either hands on chair or hands on mat. Inhaling, plank pose. And exhale. So Sal, I see you on the chair. You'll come straight into up dog. Otherwise, take the knees down. If you're on the floor, lift the heart. And then press back through the heels, and we'll go back to downward facing dog. Looking up on the in-breath. As we exhale, let's step the right foot up. We're just going to help it along, all the way up. Left knee comes down. Hands back on the blocks or chair. Inhale, lift the heart. And exhale, let's step up to the top of the mat. Bend the knees, spike the heels down as we sweep all the way up. And exhale, hands and gaze to the heart. Left side leads. Inhale, hands to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhaling, half forward fold to lengthen the spine. And exhale, left leg draws back. And knee down. Lift the heart. And we're going to exhale, traveling back to downward facing dog. Lengthen the spine. So this is our spinal traction pose. Inhale forward to plank. And knees can come down as we inhale into upward facing dog or cobra. Maybe lift the knees and exhale. We're back at downward facing dog. Head hangs. Looking up on the in-breath. Stepping left foot all the way up. And right knee down. Take the hands again to the blocks, on the chair. Lift the heart. This helps open the hip flexors. And let's step up to the top of the mat. Forward fold. Bend the knees and sweep the arms out and up. And back at heart center. Releasing the hands down, draw the gaze up. Stand and feel. What did that do today? That's a good pose. Now, let's do one more sun salutation because they are that good. From Tadasana, with the imaginary strap, drawing the arms down. Inhale, draw the arms out and up. Exhale, fold forward. Hands to blocks. Chair, inhaling, half forward fold. And exhale, leading back with the right leg again. This time, let's keep the right leg up. So hugging the inner thighs together. Maybe walk the hands to your left knee. Hug the hips in. And then maybe take the arms to the sky. Lengthening. And we'll take the hands down. Stepping back again. Downward facing dog. Looking up on the inhalation. Taking an extra breath in plank. Our horizontal Tadasana, mountain pose. We'll take the knees down, transitioning into upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Looking up on the in-breath. Step the right foot up. And the hands again, they can come back to the blocks. Maybe the knee. Hug the hips in. Consolidate. And hands maybe to the sky. Breathing. And we transition back. Stepping to the top of the mat. And inhaling, transitioning all the way up. Hands at heart center. A little heat in this one. One more time on the left. Inhale, arms up. Tall mountain. Exhale, swan diving down. Inhaling, half. Maintain the length of the spine as you step left leg back for the high lunge. Here, as you begin to hug the thighs together, walk the hands to the knee. And this is good. Powerful legs. And then maybe take the arms out. So there is lightness, Udana energy, when the Apana energy. So when we are grounding well, there is lightness and lift. And take the hands down, traveling through downward facing dog. To plank. Pausing in plank. Breathing. And transitioning. Upward facing dog. To downward facing dog. Looking up on the in-breath. And exhale, left foot leads up. Blocks are nice because it helps us find our bearings so that we can create the stability without struggle. hugging the hips together. And maybe take the hands to the knee again. Apana, down energy. As we lift up for the Udana energy. Breathing. And let's take the hands down and step to the top of the mat. Inhaling, traveling all the way up. And we are back where we started. Tadasana, mountain pose. It is that good, isn't it? So, we have warmed up the spine. Let's play with, well, sometimes called business couch. It's funny because there are two poses called business couch. But this is our 2-block variation. So you'll take one block and place it the long way. And we'll take the other block. Maybe have that higher. So this is for the head. So in a perfect world, they would be the same height. So a blanket may be enough. What you don't want is the head to hang. So just watch. Just watch. So we'll start by coming with the spine between the shoulder blades, and then the head will come back. But if this block is too low, put it down lower, and the head has to fall back, and you can't talk, then medium height, maybe the high height is going to feel better. Because this mainly takes care of the thoracic spine and the neck. We're going to tend to that next. So start with your knees bent, and we'll just take a moment and sit up so I can see you and see how you're doing. Knees bent, so the block between the shoulder blades, and then the other block under the head in a way that it feels comfortable. And where the chin is not forcefully being pulled away from the neck. Because what happens is when the block is under the head is too low, is it pulls the shoulders up. So Agnes, you may be comfortable with a little bit more height under your head. Perfect. How's that feel? There's some jamming in your low back. So let the lumbar spine lengthen out here. And if it feels like it's just being jammed up, it may again be more comfortable to have the blocks just on the lower. Last week we did the spinal roll with the blanket. So that's another variation. Now here, with the knees bent, lift your tush and then draw the tailbone towards the heels as you place the tush back down again. So we just want to see if we can get a little bit more length out of the lumbar spine. Arms up out to the sides. And we'll take them up so they are facing towards the sky, and then we'll protract. So lift the fingertips towards the sky. Clasp the elbows, and let's draw the arms back. Draw the arms back. Now keep drawing the lower ribs towards the hips. And then maybe, and this is a big maybe, straighten the legs. Straighten the legs. Breathing in to the side chests. So because the arms are overhead, we are now working with the lats. Let's lift the elbows up and switch the cross of the elbows. Catch the other side, draw the elbows back. Your upper body right now, elbows clasped, or in a variation of dolphin pose. Another friend from last week. Let the whole rib cage, front, back, and center expand as you breathe in and out. So using the breath to invite space within. One more breath. And we'll bend up the knees. Now take the hands under the head. Lift the head. Take one arm down and roll off the blocks so that we can move them out of the way. And we return to the back. Arms down alongside, bending up the knees. We're ready for bridge pose. Inhale, lift about halfway, and then roll the shoulders under, so not down. We want to maintain the normal cervical neck curve. Maybe interlace the fingers, or grab your mat, or just press the arms down. But we're going to lift all the way up now. Lifting all the way up. So letting the back of the shoulders help ground. It becomes, again, Apana energy, along with the feet. And the hips are lifting. Steady breath, steady pose. We'll take one more breath. And relax the arms as you lower down. Let's take a block. Lift the hips again. And place the block under the sacrum. That low or medium height. So don't be aggressive, forceful. Let's take one knee in towards the chest. So keep this steady balance on the sacrum as you now take the other knee in. So your upper body is in bridge pose again. Boom, like that. Shoulders are drawing towards the earth. And then maybe straightening the legs. So keeping the lifting of the heart, lifting the heart, lift the belly. Create that big dome from bridge pose. A sense of the tailbone drawing towards the earth as your feet were in bridge. Steady breath, steady pose. And we'll take one more breath. Bend the knees. And again, one knee draws a little closer to the chest as we slowly lower the other one down. So it just becomes a little bit of a fulcrum so that we don't clunk on the spine. With the one foot down on the ground, press that foot down as you release the other leg down. And then squeeze the buns and relax. Squeeze and relax. Do it again. And one more time. We'll take the block out. Relax the spine down. Pausing. Last event. You'll take your block and you'll place it on the medium height. Place it right under the edge of the skull. So now you have a sense of this. The one time I'll say, let your chin soften towards the chest. So this is Jalandhara, Bandha. Let your shoulders relax to the floor. And then slowly turning your head, rolling right along the rim of your skull. So I invite you to keep your knees bent if it feels comfortable, but if you like having them straight, you can have them straight. Rolling along the edge of the skull. Notice those ropey events. So that's both the upper trapezius, but it's also the sternocleidomastoids, the STMs among friends, the big ropey muscles on the sides of the neck. And they get shortened when we have habitually a forward head posture. So I'm just doing one side. If you find a place that's intense, instead of resting right on it, rest right before or right on the other side. Tell your body you're waving the white flag, that you're not coming to take hostages. Let's begin to go to the other side. Making it easy. So that you want to do it again. Back and forth. Gentle ironing out. And then as you come back to center, and taking a breath, a chest breath, so a shallow breath. And then relax. Do that one more time, shallow breath. These are the muscles of the neck, the secondary breathing muscles that we are now activating and then asking to release. One last time. And then take one hand behind the neck The other hand will move the block out of the way, and we're going to release the head down onto the mat. And then because we just added length to these muscles, and these are very, they get easily irritated. So we're going to set them now. We're going to bank it with isometric movements. So take your right hand to the right temple. And as if you were going to turn your head and look over your right shoulder. Of course, you're not going to move the head. On the out breath, press the head into your palm and then relax. And repeat 2 more times. Press the head into the palm and relax. You're not turning, no rotation. And we'll do the other side. Left hand, left temple. So you feel the muscles engaging. And then they release. Engaging. And release. One more time. And then the side bending, flexion of the neck. So as if you're going to take the right ear towards the right shoulder. Now those are different muscles. Do it again 3 times in the right. Then relax. And repeat. Relax. And let's do this on the left. Side bending. And we have, so that was all the Parsva. Now take your palms, the heel of the hands to your forehead, and then lift the head as you're going to look down your shirt to see if you drop something. And then let that go. And you feel the front of the neck contracting. And then the last one, and you can relax your arms out to the sides for this one. Press the head down and let go. Pressing the head down as if you're going to look up and notice what muscles are now firing. Three times total. And then just gently turn the head from side to side. And let it come to rest in the middle. So we pause in a bubble of stillness. And then gently begin to deepen your breath. Wiggling fingers and toes. Bending up the knees. Maybe rock from side to side. And then eventually rolling over onto your right or left. And we'll use our arms and hands to press up as we begin to end. Let's bring our palms together. Closing with 3 Oms. Take a deep breath in. Inhaling, lift the heart, and then bow the head gently towards it. And take the gaze back up. Namaste.